Okay, so we usually think about the effect that what we're consuming has on our present moment, right? So we think about it in like the food that we're consuming, or the water that we're consuming, or the products that we're consuming as far as using. But what we really need to think about is, what are we consuming? What are we consuming on social media? What are we consuming in books? What are we consuming on TV, movies, podcasts? What are we consuming on all of these different platforms, and how is that affecting us? So I think that in this current time, the way that we are being pulled out of presence, being pulled out of our power, being pulled out of our light, being pulled out of our intuition, our knowingness, our resonance, is by being so drawn to constantly be consuming, right? There's all this noise all the time. In fact, we're uncomfortable when there's not noise, right? We're uncomfortable being in the silence. We're uncomfortable just sitting quietly, or, and I'm guilty of this too. Like, when we go for a walk, we want to have music, or we want to have a podcast. If we're home alone, we want to be reading a book, or we want to be, right? If we have downtime, if we have quiet time, it's typically not just quiet, right? It's typically like there's something that we're consuming. We're reading a book, we're listening to music, we're whatever it may be. So I think if we can all, including myself, spend more time not consuming, away from consumption, and just kind of in presence, but in presence without all the distractions, I think that we are going to feel more connected to ourselves, to feeling strong and feeling grounded and feeling protected and feeling like being in our knowingness and being in our resonance and being our true light, and being that for ourselves and for others. So that's just the thought for today.